Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very special live stream. The roof is caving in. We have Bob Goodlatte, leading Republican, who wants to go ahead and subpoena James Clapper and John Brennan regarding not just Clinton emails. That's enough to get them to just commit perjury. He wants to subpoena James Clapper and John Brennan, who, by the way, along with James Comey and John Brennan, who, by the way, with Clapper and Susan Rice and Michael Hayden and perhaps others, will get their security clearance revoked very soon, hopefully. He wants to subpoena them to speak about the Fisa warrant fiasco. So my super chat, thank you so very, very much. You are absolutely wonderful. We have 200 people in 1 minute. It's going to be a good live stream. To people who enjoy the uploads, watch the first half hour. Everything you need to know will be discussed within the first half hour. Then it'll descend into impressions and my usual vaudeville skit. But Goodlatte, we will subpoena extremely biased John Brennan, James Comey. Why is that important? That's very important because we found out that the FISA warrant was based pretty much solely on gossip and hearsay. And let's just go ahead really quickly. Paul Sperry is a wealth of knowledge. Let's go ahead and look at Paul Sperry. Paul Sperry has been Paul Sperry has been at the forefront of all of this, along with Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch. Now have proof Comey FBI relied strictly on credibility of a non-American former intelligence officer who hadn't been in Russia for 2 decades and who had both political and financial incentive to sabotage Trump, to obtain a warrant to spy on Trump aide. Heads must roll. So you have Christopher Steele right now being sued. John O'Brennan. It's so petty. How dare you take my security clearance away from me? How on earth am I supposed to lie under oath and commit perjury? Did you ever once wonder, if I don't have my security clearance, how can I lie about things I don't know? The joke's on you, Jack. Is a guy who lied under oath. And it's like, everybody's so clueless. But Paul Sperry, Christopher Steele, right now, is Congress wants criminal charges leveled. Senate Republicans refer Trump Dossier for possible criminal charges. So he's in the political crosshairs of Congress. The Republican chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee recommended Friday the Justice Department investigate for possible criminal charges the author of the now famous dossier alleging the Trump campaign coordinated with the Kremlin during the 2016 election. Only the most idiotic, stupid, foolish morons believe this. Yeah, Democrats. The move by Senator Chuck Grassley, Iowa, marks a major escalation in conservatives' challenges to the FBI's credibility. The FBI's credibility. This is January 5th, by the way. Grassley is head of everybody. This is January 5th of this year. Marks a major escalation in conservative challenges to the FBI's credibility as the agency investigates whether Trump and any Trump associates committed crimes. What happened to actual crimes being committed? Then investigation. Crimes were committed with Clinton. Money flowed into the Clinton Foundation and the beneficial outcome took place over 10, 20 times. Major money. Lots of money. Uranium One, UBS, Boeing, weapons deals, $156 million from 85 donors who just happened to meet with her. Why are millions upon millions and hundreds of billions of dollars flowing into the Clinton Foundation? Why is that taking place? Why is that taking place? And then, oh, what a coinkydink, a beneficial outcome for people who give. So Christopher Steele, I don't want to sneeze, like close to sneezing. The move by Senator Chucky Grassley marks a major escalation in conservatives' challenges to the FBI's credibility as the agency investigates whether any Trump associates committed crimes. Another Republican, Senator Lindsey Graham, joined in the letter to the Justice Department. So you have leading Republicans who want this guy charged criminally. The only person who interfered, the only foreigner who interfered is Christopher Steele. Their letter makes what is called a criminal referral to the Justice Department, suggesting it investigate the dossier's author, former British spy Christopher Steele, for possibly lying to the FBI. It is a crime to lie to FBI agents about a material fact relevant to an ongoing investigation. Isn't that interesting? And I'm like, oh, this person lied to the FBI. Well, who was the FBI agent? Strzok? Oh, I guess then it's not really that big of a story, is it now? If Peter Strzok is your FBI agent, you could pretty much rest assured the 302s that he wrote were basically the importance of toilet paper. So he wants Christopher Steele is now the subject of criminal referrals from Congress. He is also, there have been lawsuits leveled at him. 3 Russian oligarchs sue Christopher Steele. What good does it do to help Hillary? You're supposed to be this really famous, wonderful MI6 agent. Oh, wow, an MI6 agent. He must be really intelligent. Well, how smart can you be? Now you have Congress after you're behind. You have 3 very wealthy Russian oligarchs who are suing you. Oh, because you engaged in libel. Accuse them of something that's complete nonsense. You can't just accuse people and then say, no big deal. The claim, filed more than a year after the publication of the dossier, alleges that its contents defamed Russian billionaires Mikhail Friedman, Peter Oven, and German Khan. None of the parties in the lawsuit are based in D.C., meaning it may not be able to move forward in that court. Together, the 3 Russian men own stakes in Alpha Bank, the Russian bank the dossier said assisted Russian operatives and President Vladimir Putin in attempts to influence the 2016 election. Why would the belief be that they influenced the election away from Clinton? She voted against the Magnitsky Act, number 1. She opposed it. Number 2, she went ahead and stood absolutely silent on the Committee on Foreign Investment. It wasn't her deal to oppose. Doesn't matter. She used a unencrypted server outside the U.S. government, and eventually stored top secret intelligence on that server. I think she had a bunch of pull. Trump dossier author Christopher Steele fights defamation case. So, tell me again. Tell me again how this guy, BuzzFeed wants Christopher Steele to answer Trump Russia. That's the best of all. Oh my God. We could fight this to the end. Christopher Steele, Vanity Fair. Good. Let's see. Christopher Steele. This is hilarious. So this is really, really hilarious. Even BuzzFeed can't even get answers from Steele, much less the DNC. BuzzFeed wants to force Christopher Steele to answer Trump-Russia questions in deposition. So not only is Christopher Steele getting it with Congress, not only is Christopher Steele getting it with 3 Russian oligarchs, BuzzFeed, the publication that basically worked as a DNC newsletter, is now wants Christopher Steele to answer questions regarding his baloney dossier. Christopher Steele, the ex-British spy behind the infamous dossier about President Trump's alleged Russian links. You have to be the biggest fool on the planet to believe that Trump worked with Russia. You didn't have. In 2015, I stated that Clinton was going to lose. Hello, Canada. Hello, everyone watching. Thank you so much for watching. We have almost 500 people on this live stream. Did you get notifications, by the way? Just wondering. Did anybody get notifications? So, Christopher Steele, the British ex-spy behind the infamous dossier about President Trump's alleged Russian links, has never discussed his explosive report under oath. Why is that? Gee, you think he should? That's bizarre. So you can just go ahead and try to ruin the lives of millions of people, which is essentially what's taking place. All of this is because the dumb Steele dossier, which was utilized to spy on an American, to further the Trump-Russia myth by unethical journalists on the left, some of whom actually worked with the FBI to spread this nonsense. That could change soon, thanks to a massive lawsuit ongoing in Miami's federal courthouse. And if lawyers for BuzzFeed get their way, Steele will have to divulge details about some of the most alarming links the dossier suggests between Trump's campaign and Moscow. Forced to say it's a bunch of nonsense. In either case, Trump wins. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Glad everybody, or many people got notifications. So this guy is, what's taking place is that he's getting Gohmerized. Whenever you help Hillary in any way, you get Gohmerized. You got the GOHMERT, Strzok who got big time Gohmered. And now you have BuzzFeed getting Gohmered. They're suing the DNC. It's just gossip. It is so, I said this was gossip last year. The second this came out in January of 2017, when BuzzFeed published this, I said it's unverified and it's salacious and it's unverified. And they actually said the report contains errors. And well, then why publish it? You're not WikiLeaks, BuzzFeed. Why publish it? And Julian Assange should be free. They're only after him because he publishes the truth. And the people who just watch the people who will be happy that he's arrested. They'll be Democrats, which will further weaken the disgusting Democratic Party and further destroy their chances in November. They don't realize when they're losing. They're not going to win back the House. Okay, they won't get their dream of impeaching Trump just because they don't like him. Usually you have to impeach people based on, I don't know, lying under oath, some kind of evidence. Mueller should be fired tomorrow. There is no reason to have a Mueller probe at this point anymore. There's zero evidence, and we found out that the Fisa application was simply fabricated. There was no probable cause. There was not even, like Dan Bongino states, there wasn't even a reason for suspicion. I have stated that Democrats have redefined evidence as suspicion. If that was the case, then Bill and Hillary Clinton should have been locked up a long time ago. I like that shirt idea. So they're going to subpoena James Comey and John O'Brien. But before that, you have to also, when they get subpoenaed, All of this is about Christopher Steele, the Fusion GPS nonsense that was purchased by Hillary. Hillary Clinton basically purchased her. This is all for Hillary. So Sessions and Trump are probably building up enough animus within the country based on evidence against the Clintons, against the Democratic Party, that expose corruption. They're continually doubling down on corruption because they think that painting Trump as this corrupt official will be enough. Unfortunately, the hatred of Trump is based on his personality, not based on his actions. The dislike of Clinton and the hatred by some is based on her actions, her behavior, her years of just miserably failed political career. She was thrust into politics. She was the first lady, and then she utilized, that to be senator. She voted for Iraq. She then pushed for the bombing of Libya and presided over a failed stint as Secretary of State, then a failed presidential bid, now a failed post-presidential mourning period. Everything with Clinton, everything she touches turns into like this giant monstrosity of crap. And now everyone associated with protecting Clinton or helping the Democratic Party is getting sued, or their lives are ruined. Earlier this month, a London court ordered Steele to give evidence in the Miami civil case, there's no evidence given, in which Russian tech guru Alexei Gubrev is suing BuzzFeed for libel for publishing the dossier. But yesterday, BuzzFeed's attorney filed a motion in Miami notifying the U.S. court they plan to appeal that London ruling, not because they object to Steele's deposition, but because they want him to have more freedom to discuss what he learned about the president and his alleged links to Putin. Could you imagine Christopher Steele under oath? He is done politically and legally. He fabricated the whole thing. The two most unhappy men in the world right now are Christopher Steele and Brian Pagliano, because they know the wheels of justice are maybe not far, maybe far away, but they're just slowly moving towards them. Slowly. Brian Pagliano is the Christopher Steele of the Clinton email investigation, and Christopher Steele is the Brian Pagliano of the Trump-Russia nonsense fabrication. In January 2017, BuzzFeed was the first to publish the Steele dossier. Oh, wow. The first to publish a fake news, unverified dossier full of false allegations, which the former had begun compiling for Trump's GOP enemies. No, that's actually wrong. The Washington Times? Was it the Washington Times? The conservative publication that utilized Fusion GPS stopped utilizing it long before got in the mix. Christopher Steele got into the mix. Hillary Clinton's campaign attorney signed him up. Steele's 35-page report relied on Russian sources. Baloney. He never met his Russian sources, who detailed numerous alleged ties among Trump, his staff, and Putin's regime, including the supposed P-tape that could be used for blackmail. Like Trump would ever be blackmailed. He doesn't care. If he ever was blackmailed, like Janice Webb, thank you so very, very much. Thank you. Thank you, Janice Webb. Thank you. Thank you, Janice Webb. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Starting off the super chat. Thank you so much, Janice. Thank you. At a London court's March 16th ruling that Steele would have to give testimony in the case made international headlines. The Russians, okay, so BuzzFeed says both sides' attorneys agreed last August to ask the London court for permission to question Steele about topics. Then this is a New Times article. So here you have a situation where all of this nonsense is being exposed. It's being exposed real time. Everyone's getting sued. Everyone is losing their security clearance. Horace! Thank you, Horace. I'm reading. I'm reading the. We have the best, most amazing live chat. Horace, thank you as always. Janice Webb, thank you as always. Thank you both. Horace, thank you, Janice Webb. The super chat gives me every incentive to keep rocking these. There are a lot of people who are like, go back to the upload, but I really like the I like the interaction. So here you have the roof is caving in on all of them. It's so funny too. It's just so funny. It's funny because there's no evidence here. It's funny also because not only is there no evidence, but everyone's suffering for, oh my God. Dave, you're exaggerating the fact. NBC News. This couple is, I don't even want to bring it up. This couple is raising their kids by a pronoun they. The parenting technique called babies. Oh my God. Is this? Hold on. Lynn Meyer. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. This is when, this is what happens when the pronouns got all jacked up. His-y or his-o, Yizu, or his, she, I don't even know. Hold on. I got it. Babies. Oh my. Lynn Meyer. Horace. Janice. Lynn Meyer, thank you so much. I got to just find this out. No offense to anyone. This is just, I find this amusing. Babies. Oh my God. The rise of babies. Oh my. What is going on? NBC News, boy or girl? Let the kids decide. Okay. Sounds good. I have no problem with this. Everybody's free to do what they want. There's no problem at all. I'm sorry, what is that? Boy or girl raising babies? Let kids decide. Yeah, that's the big issue in today's world. One way of shielding children from gender stereotypes. Keep their biological sex secret. What? What does that even mean? How would you do that? What does that mean? What is this craziness? Whatever. Babies. Okay. Whatever you say, NBC News, I'm totally for it. Lynn Meyer, thank you. Washington Free Beacon, that's right. Travis Hendricks, you pop my super chat, Sherry. Continue your amazing work. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis Hendricks. Thank you. Like, if you're gay, great. If you're lesbian or gay or, bisexual, great. Transgender, great. It's all good. You're an adult. You do what you want to do. Live your life. Do what you want to do. Live your life. But let kids be kids. Don't worry about parents raising babies. Let kids. Oh my God. Why is this even important? Children are pure and innocent. They don't really get caught up in this stuff. The rise of babies. Sounds like rabies. Anyway, I have no problem at all with any of this. Just to each his own. You want to call your kids babies? Go ahead. H.A. Goodman is okay with it. No problem. I'm just going to go here and try to find out when Hillary will be indicted. Oh my God. Okay. Moving down along the Twitter road to hell. This is a funny thing. This is kind of funny. I actually do. I agree with climate science. Meanwhile, somewhere in the Arctic Circle, Al Gore keeping the dream alive, and he has a flamethrower. He's trying to melt glaciers. That's hilarious. Okay. Wow, this is funny. It's getting funny. Oh, Russian spy Mueller just jailed, was granted special. Oh my God. Oh, and we have James Comey. We have James Comey. Hillary's. That's funny. Thank you, everyone. Buckshots, thank you so much. The Bot 2007. Why do former government employees still have security? It makes no sense at all. Anyone who leaves the government should have their security clearance taken away. Exactly. Exactly. And I agree with you on that. The Bot 2007. I agree with you on that. Well, it's courtesy. Well, don't you know it's courtesy? Don't you know the Bot 2007, Hillary has her security clearance too, because it would be mean. It would be discourteous to allow her not to. Horace. J.D. Unwin destroyed all these imaginative family value. Okay. In what's wrong with my brain? I'm trying to read this. In culture, a critical read, to my most humble opinion. Super chat, disallow me. Okay, so I believe the name is Sex and Culture. J.D. Unwin destroyed all these unimaginative family values. Okay, let me look at J.D. Unwin. Hold on a second. J.D. Oh, English ethnologist and social anthropologist. Sex and Culture. And I get headphones. Okay. Amazon sends me to headphones. That's fantastic. I asked for the JD Unwin. They give me headphones. No problem. It's all about the babies. How are the kids? They be's fine. I don't know. I don't know anymore. This is just so weird. Everything's weird. Nothing's. Can we just get a Hillary indictment to just end this insanity once and for all? All right, so I can't get anything here. This computer is. Horace, thank you so very much. JD Unwin. HA, keep rocking these live streams. This channel will just thrive right into 2020. Thank you so much, Jeff McDaniel 100. Jeff McDaniel 100, I expect you and everyone to be here 2020 when Trump wins again and you see the final mass self-immolation of the Democratic Party. It's just going to be a glorious sight. They'll see it from Mars. Just like, what is that bright? That's the Democratic Party. If they've completely just lit the whole thing on fire. Okay. Or it's the Chia Pet Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Jeff McDaniel, thank you so much. Horace, thank you as always. JD Unwin, thank you. And so, why am I doing this? Oh my God. I don't understand what is so bad about being a boy or a girl or a man or a woman. I'm not saying if you're a man, you want to be a woman, or if you're a woman, you want to be a man, or that's fine. Go ahead. I'm cool. But what is so bad with a child being a boy or a girl? I don't know what's the negative. What's the problem here? What is this like cult like mentality? What is the problem? It's a they. Oh my god! Oh my god! What is this? Oh wow! Oh my god! Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be. All right. So I don't know what this is about, but The Guardian. Don't call me baby. The birth of gender-neutral baby. Baby is the hip new thing for parents who want to bring up their offspring in gender-neutral fashion. Bring on the daycare. This is Guardian, so I don't want to hear it from anyone. David Kaplan, thank you. David Kaplan, thank you as always, David. Thank you, as always, for your continued support of this channel. Thank you. Loud Citizen, take care. Top secret info alert. Hillary's lunch tomorrow scheduled. Whisper at lunchtime. Exactly, Loud Citizen. Well, that's what Michael Hayden said. Michael Hayden said that's what took place. So that it just going ahead and getting her lunch is a problem. It would be damage to national security. So The Guardian, don't call me baby. The birth of gender-neutral baby. Stephen Poole, Thursday, April 26, 2018. Baby is the hip new thing for parents who want to bring up their offspring in a gender-neutral fashion. Bring on the daycare. Babies are so passé, even royal ones. The hip new thing is to have a baby. According to a trend spotted by New York Magazine that sees parents bringing up their offsprings in a gender-neutral fashion. There was, of course, nothing gender-specific about ba, part of baby. Huh? Ooh. Which was already the diminutive form of the English word babe. Okay. Okay, so this goes on. The Oxford English Dictionary says its origin is probably onomatopoeic. 2 syllables of bay, which is typically early infantile vocalization. So while a baby can call itself a baba, even if by accident, it will take much longer to pronounce itself a baby. So baby here points to desired attitudes of others, rather than removing any bias from the traditional description of the object in question, which happens to be a little child. It is often unimportant whether such bias really exists anyway. Replacing mankind with humankind hurts no one. No, I like mankind. So, because I'm old school. Mother Earth, I don't say, how dare you? It's Father Earth. If you say Mother Earth one more time instead of Father Earth. I'm sorry. This is a Guardian article. It hurts no one. It hurts no one. If it hurts no one, why even speak any English? Just go ahead and just speak a bunch of gobbledygook. It hurts nobody. Meanwhile, the possibilities for today's baby seem endless. If they need looking after, they can go to daycare. If in time they will eat gender-neutral smoked pork slices of Acon on a Sunday morning while reading a language column in Viper. In a Viper. Oh, Oh, wow. This is good. This is The Guardian. So I don't want to hear it from anyone. I'm reading The Guardian. I'm reading The Guardian. This is a Guardian article. This is a Guardian article. I'm allowed to laugh at a Guardian article. I'm not bothering anyone. If you want to call your kid baby, I have nothing but respect for you. Do you. You do you. And I'm going to read. You do you. I'm going to read. Meanwhile, the possibility for today's baby is endless. If they need looking after, they can go to daycare. In time, they will eat. Okay, yeah, so what? Oh, there you go. That's Don't Call Me Baby, the birth of gender neutral baby. Thursday, April 26, 2018. The Guardian. This is The Guardian. Okay. The Guardian, Don't Call Me Baby, the birth of gender neutral baby. This was in The Guardian. So don't blame me. I'm reading it. You is my baby. Thanks, oh, man. Thought experiment. Oh, look. It's James Comey. Making babies sound normal. James Comey thought experiment. Make a list of all the public figures in this country and around the world the current president has criticized. Ask yourself, why is Putin missing from the list? No responsible American should ever stop asking why. That's stupid. Only a stupid person would retweet. Well, of course, Democrats. What you? And then I put, whatever you say, classified Comey memo guy. It's already at 60 likes in 1 hour. As the Russians gradually assumed control of a flow of cash made of uranium, they presided over the sale of uranium, and they're worried about Putin criticizing. What criticism did Obama level at Putin? Nothing. He didn't even sell weapons to Ukraine. Trump did. Then you have like somebody like, oh yeah, I thought he was a pacifist. Nobody said Trump was a pacifist. They said he's less hawkish. There you go. I don't know. David Kaplan, Space Ghost 1. Didn't you puny humans find a cure for the clapper? Put that thing on the table, we'll slap a hog ring on it, and I will irradiate it with my power bracelets. Space Ghost 1. Space Ghost 1, the clapper has no cure. So the clapper is a giant forehead-looking thing, which perhaps relates to your post. But the clapper is, there's no cure. David Kaplan, thank you, David, as always. Thank you, David Kaplan. Thank you. Thank you. Shalak Collins. Shalak Collins, sorry, you guys. Sorry, there are two genders. Jordan Peterson, gender is not a social construct. Race is. Shalak Collins, thank you so very much, and I agree with you. And my thing, Shala, is like, everybody do themselves. Do you do you. Go ahead, do yourself. You want to call your kids babies? Go ahead, you do that. Do that. You do you. I'm going to just be what I consider to be normal. Jack Gold, insanity alert. Yeah. So Shala, you're 100% right. I mean, also, I don't see the negative. Where's this negative? Like, I get it, if you want to say, well, humankind, not mankind, then I go Mother Earth. I don't know, Father Earth. But exactly, like, there's nothing wrong with being a man or a woman or gay or straight or a lesbian or a transgender. That's fine. But leave language alone. The Democrats have already said collusion is a Steele dossier full of nonsense. They already said Hillary's qualified, but she didn't know what the C meant. The convenience to them of golf, Brexit, and grandchildren, we can go through everything. They've destroyed language in their attempt at hiding their corruption. Let's not get into like insanity here. But Sherlock Collins, you're right. You're right. There are two genders. I don't think that's not only Democrats would make that a big problem in life. Thank you, Sherlock Collins. You're 100% right. And the whole social construct thing, and you're right about, like, and what if in terms of race you can have biracial, you could have multiracial, you can have a person with Native American ancestry like Elizabeth Warren. Sherlock Collins is beautiful inside and outside. She's absolutely wonderful. Please go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She is one of the great voices in politics, and she's awesome. I love her channel. Her YouTube channel is great. And definitely subscribe to Sherlock Collins. Thank you, Sherlock, for just watching me. I feel honored, and for supporting this channel. Thank you. Paul Clank, for them, the negative is they can't control you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The real problem is when people are like the thing is the whole pronoun thing. It's like, I love all people, whether you're gay or straight or transgender. I love you, no problem. But leave language alone. It's okay. It's okay. You're not going to be hurt by language. Oh, but but this leads to that. No, it doesn't lead to anything. Don't make these giant leaps of logic. So dumb. David Kaplan, thank you so very much. David, mama, don't let your baby grow up to be babies. Paul Clank, I'm just joking. Oh my God. For them, the negatives, they can't control you. Jack Gold, Insanity Alert. Shala, thank you, Sherlock Collins. Thank you as always. David Kaplan, thank you. Space Ghost 1. There's no cure for the clapper. There's no cure. So, but this whole hold on, the pronoun issue. Z and zer. What is this stuff? This stuff gets me, okay? So, okay, if you're in Canada, that's fine. Okay, you could do, that's Canadian law, that's Canada. So wait, is it part of Canadian law? Hold on. They, Z, and zer. What is this? What is this about? A new law seeks to amend Canada's human right code by creating protections for gender expression. Okay, so you can be fined for not calling people Z and zer if that's the pronoun of choice. What? What is this about? This is awesome. See, once you like move into there's like the James Comey world where it's like, everything's fine. We did it by the book. This is by the book. Hillary committed this crime, that crime, this crime, that crime, this crime, that crime, this crime, that crime, this crime, that crime. But she didn't do it on purpose. Then you like stroll into semantic world with social justice warriors. You can be fined for not calling people Z or her, Z or her. If that's the pronoun they demand that you use. What? The New York human rights law. Meanwhile, people are getting like just literally slaughtered around the world, and this is the thing. Okay, so these are the same people, by the way, who are like, yeah, Julian Assange, no problem. he published the DNC and it hurt Hillary. The New York human rights law requires employers to use a preferred name, pronoun, and title, regardless of the individual's sex assigned at birth, anatomy, gender, medical history. Okay. Examples of violation: intentional or repeated refusal to use an individual's preferred name. For example, repeatedly calling a transgender woman him or Mr. after she made clear that a pronoun that I can kind of get. I don't see if that's a huge violation, but I can get that. It's a rude thing, but I don't know how you enforce that. We have to use Z, a made-up word that carries an obvious political connotation. We call people him and her. I'll be persuaded that they should be viewed as women. My objection is to being forced to express that view. Oh, so this is interesting. Washington Post. So this is the Washington Post. The Washington Post. Just reading the Washington Post. The Volokh conspiracy. Eugene Volokh. We can't be required to even display a license plate that says live free or die in our car if we object to the message. That's what the court. But New York is requiring people to actually say words that convey a message of approval of the view that gender is a matter of self-perception rather than anatomy. And that as to Z, we deliberately created to convey a message. So what the heck is Z? Is it her or he? I don't know. Z would be he. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, hold on. I might have to do something. Papa D. Early chat calls a lyric. Get back, Loretta. Well, thank you, Papa D. Thank you. I missed that one. So wait. Assange. So I'm trying to look. Okay, so I thought there was some new thing with. Okay, so, but of course, Z and Mr. and Mrs. We have to use the person's preferred pronoun and title, whatever those preferences might be. Some people could say they prefer glugga, just as well as saying Z. The whole point is that people are supposed to be free to define their own gender and their own pronouns and titles. Seems improbable that some people would come up with new terms like that. Well, 10 or 20 years ago, it would have seemed pretty improbable that today's New Yorkers would be required to call some people Z. Check out this list, which is already includes ZC, not the German version, A, Vitae, E, Fay Perzi. What that? I'm just getting used to English. I was like, oh, Lord. And this is not a diss to anybody. I just don't. I'm reading a Washington Post article. Feel uncomfortable at being forced to use terms that express social status views or religious views that you may not endorse? Well, you should feel uncomfortable about people being forced to use Z, which expresses a view about gender that they might not endorse. And more broadly, I think we should all feel uncomfortable about government regulators forcing people to say things that they convey and support the government's ideology about gender. Exactly. This is the Washington Post, ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Post. I am reading from the Washington Post, the preferred Hamilton 68 publication. I am completely anti-Putin by reading this. This has been rubber stamped and approved for your anti-Putin enjoyment. Ebenezer Adams, what is going to change everyday database who use MRF? It would cost trillions. Who is going to change the everyday database and systems that were built to use MRF? Yeah, it would cost trillions. Xi Jinping. GTO Mama. Yeah, it's Z. Exactly. Ebenezer Adams. Thank you. Thank you, Ebenezer Adams. So that's the Washington Post. So, okay, so I just got to then babies to Z. I don't know. What happened, the backlash to Jordan Peterson is a paranoid response to, for some reason, Horace can't super chat. Is that Eric? Just let me know that. Is that true? Okay. Horace, we love you. As always, we love you. Just want to let you know. So, it's this. Your planet needs more unit. Space Ghost 1. What took place is there has been, and here's the reality. for years and years, and obviously decades and longer, the LGBT community experienced extreme amount of hate, and you could just look what happened to Alan Turing, and hate and injustice and I mean, they still risk death today. So that's taken form, and there are a lot of gay conservatives who think this stuff is nonsense. A lot of gay conservatives. But what's happened is it's taken form into, okay, like, never again, we'll never allow this type of hate to happen. So we're now going to legislate semantics to ensure that this hate and this anger and this injustice against the LGBT community never takes place again. So a lot of this is, use the word reactionary, but a lot of this is a result of trying to make sure that this hate and injustice and anger doesn't take place again. All of this also is just leading to the obvious. The obvious is that Rose Quartz, this one is for Horace, and Susan wants you to look at Twitter regarding Assange. To H.A. Found, thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Twitter. Trying to go ahead, and if I type in Julian Assange. So, I mean, there's unfortunately this horrible, everybody's on pins and needles waiting. Hopefully Assange is safe. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get arrested, but they say he's going to get arrested. He deserves freedom. He did nothing wrong except publish the truth. And the except publish the truth. And the DNC emails, by the way, were written by Hillary. So how that's Assange's fault? It's time for supports liberty and justice to move. Now that we know the Russian collusion story is a complete hoax, time for bold leaders on the Hill to stand up and push accountability in the Spygate scandal. Do not let this moment pass. Absolutely. Dan Bongino is the voice of millions. Get Comey, get Clapper, get them all in front of Congress. I mean, honestly, Session, what is he waiting for? Simply go ahead. And he can still go ahead and give Espionage Act charges against Clinton. She's a walking criminal. She committed the crimes. Even Comey said she committed the crimes. The new crimes regarding the Wiener laptop, that's 18 classified emails. $18 classified emails outside the United States government. Then you have this this crazy this crazy clash of Horus. This is a test of the emergency super chat system in the event of an actual super chat. I have no idea. Horus, it works. Horus, it does work. It works like a charm. Thank you, Horus. Thank you. Thank you, Horus. Regarding the dossier, Comey was salacious and unverified. McCabe, we wouldn't have obtained a warrant without it. Pre-step, verifying the dossier was in its infancy when they presented it. Strzok, there's no there. Liberals, this case is a winner. At a certain point, Democrats are going to have to say, yeah, you know, the game is over. The hoax is up. They're going to have to admit defeat. You know, at a certain point, you're going to have to admit defeat. It's kind of like in a chessboard. I'm using a lot of analogy. Like when you're just kind of moving, like you know that you're going to get, you're going to lose, but then you're just kind of moving. You have no pieces left, but you're just moving your king just away from the, you know, your opponent's much more powerful pieces. And you're like, let's just see if I can. Or you know what it's like? It's like in a football game when you're down by 30 and there's 3 minutes left. Or down by 40 and you're like, I'm just going to air it out. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't air it out. Don't do it. Run the ball. Run the ball out. You're not doing anything for morale. You're not doing anything for anyone at this point. Don't, you know. End is all. So how long do you think it'll be before Clapper, Brennan, Comey, and Strzok's top secrets clearance be revoked? Sorry, late arrival to the show. Tired of stupid liberal socialism projects. End is all. So Strzok, I believe, had his security clearance revoked already. They took his clearance away when they kicked him out because what's his name? Sessions. I took the clearance. It's gone. Try to get in. We wouldn't be calling, but yeah. So Rendezo, thank you as always for your support of this channel. So Strzok's clearance gone. Comey is, if he steps foot in the FBI building, he's pretty much, because the office of the inspector, the Office of Professional Responsibility is after his behind, his gigantic behind. Brennan and Clapper are the only ones who really, Brennan and Clapper are the only ones who really have like security clearance, like, you know, hard, you know, good security clearance. I think probably, you know, read all types of classified information. Maybe Comey also. Nah, I think Comey is pretty much bitten off more than he could chew, especially with the Comey memos. They're investigating him right now for the Comey memos. So Liam Schick, thank you. Liam Schick. HA, do you plan to read Greg Jarrett's book out today or tomorrow? Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a great book. Also, you give us a preview of a new book that you're working on. Thanks for all the plate balancing references. Ed Sullivan was the best. Ed Sullivan was the... This is... I can't do it. Ed Sullivan. I can't do it. Liam Schick, thank you. The next book I'm going to is about what they've done to Trump, what they've tried to do to Trump, and how miserably it failed. And it'll be out soon. I have to get my act together. People are still buying my other books. Liam Schick, thank you, Liam. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Liam Schick, for always supporting this channel. And Rendezo, thank you as always for supporting this channel. Yeah, I mean, Rendezo, Clapper, and Brennan have the highest security clearance of all. Strzok is done. He doesn't have his security clearance. Comey might have security clearance, but he does. But I can't imagine him trying to get any classified intelligence now because he's under investigation by the IG for the Comey memos, 4 of which were classified. He removed classified information from the United States government. So Swanee Scotty breaking. I've got it on good authority that James Clapper and Sally Yates have hooked up and are moving in together. OMG. What do you think John Brennan is thinking at the moment? Swanee Scotty. John O'Brennan. John Brennan. John Brennan. Trump. All good people must fight for the Republic against Trump. Must fight to keep my security clearance. We know Trump just wants to make me pay full price for the gift shop, the CIA gift shop. His pettiness knows no bounds. His cacotocracy will not win. He will not make me pay full price. My security clearance got me free haircuts and 20% off donuts. It's really, I'm not looking at, top secret intelligence to hurt my adversaries. No, why would I do that? I'm a good person. Why would I want to hurt Trump? I just care about the country, even though I lied under oath and, I don't know, spied on Obama's Senate. Because I am the incarnation of evil. Swanee Scotty. Liam Schick, thank you. Lendezo, thank you. Swanee Scotty, thank you. Go from Z to Zer to Brennan. It's fantastic. Space Ghost 1. Sessions is waiting for his kimchi. I love kimchi. Oh my God. I love kimchi. I love Korean barbecue. I love soju. I love everything that is Korean barbecue. I love the Korean people. I really do. I grew up with the most wonderful Korean American friends. I love the Korean people. I love everything Korean. Ebenezer Adams. And we won his Costco card. Ebenezer Adams. Yes. Wins the internet with that one. Costco. Music Plus, even though Music Plus doesn't exist. Get that too. Rebecca. How many former IC State Department FBI still have a security clearance? Probably a whole lot. Could this be tens of thousands of people at this point? Seems dangerous to me. And it's at least hundreds. So at least hundreds. I mean, Hillary still has hers, which is hilarious. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Hillary Clinton still has her security clearance. Could you imagine? Jordan Lauder. Hey, HA, thanks for all you do. We need to nominate Adam Schiff, the official leaker of the House. Pretty much, in more ways than one. Pretty much. Jordan Lauder, thank you. We need to nominate Adam Schiff as the official leaker of the House. Yes. Jamie Sullivan. I hereby declare today to be International Julian Assange Day. God bless you, Jamie Sullivan, 100%, and God bless Julian Assange. Am I missing something? Because I hope he's okay. If you go to Assange's page, okay, Assange. I want everybody to remember something also. This pressure, this maniacal pressure from the U.S. is fueled by Democrats. In 2012 was forced to go, go into the Ecuadorian embassy, 2012. Sherlock Collins, I just went ahead, saw this, and I'm going to go ahead and Retweet. Back to the Future. I love it. Weird Science. I love it. But I'm going to watch this one. Everyone, please subscribe. If you're a subscriber here, subscribe to Sherlock Collins on YouTube. On YouTube, just go to Shala. That's her channel. SHALAH. She currently has 2,400. She needs 30,000 like tomorrow. Sherlock Collins is a fantastic voice, intelligent, beautiful inside and out. She's absolutely wonderful. She has 2,486. Shala, once you start doing live streams, it'll go to a slow creeping pace. I barely am growing now, but it's so fun to do these live streams. The super chat, gives me every incentive. But everybody, go ahead and subscribe, because right now the uploads, you can grow a lot faster. So Shala Collins, let me go ahead. This is Shala's latest video. Political correctness revamp. Okay, July 23rd. Everybody, please go ahead and subscribe. This is her latest video. Liam Schick, thank you so very much. Again, thank you, Liam Schick. Thank you. BT James, Hillary met with Putin in a secret, non-sanctioned meeting back in 2014. Yeah. When she slept in Putin's guest room, supposedly only talked about his tigers. She mentioned this in her book, Hard Choices. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to tweet the heck out of that. Hold on. Of course, she only talked about she could relate to animals that are deadly. So Hillary slept. Hard choices. Putin. I love also when she's like, I traveled everywhere. Then oh, you used that BlackBerry, huh? That everyone hacked into. Oh, there goes the traveling stories. She's even gotten Vladimir to open up. Gee, I wonder how. Wonder why. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. She's even gotten Vladimir to open up. Wow. Seated next to Putin at dinner, Clinton discussed visiting a memorial in St. Petersburg for the victims of the 1941-44 Nazi siege of that city, now called Leningrad. Putin then told her a story about his family that she had never heard nor read before. During World War II, this is Putin. He said his father came back home for a brief break from the military service to find men loading a pile of bodies into a truck outside the apartment he shared with his wife. Approaching them, he recognized that one of the bodies belonged to his wife and demanded that it be returned to him. After some arguing, and he discovered she was still alive. Wow. Putin's father nursed his mother back to health, and 8 years later, their son Vladimir was born. Clinton noted that she'd never been able to verify the veracity of the story. Here we go again. But that it's fascinating glimpse into the psyche of Russia's complicated president. Oh, well, she even gotten him to open up. So there you go. There you go. So that's Hard Choices. Yeah. Hilarious. That's called an autobiography fail. Rose quartz. This is so much More fun than lying mainstream media fake news. Rose, thank you. Love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. Papa D, ask Susie 3D. Okay, Papa D, I will. Okay. Love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. Rose Quartz, thank you. I know I'm missing a lot of the live. Okay, so here, let's do live chat. Okay, Papa D, ask Susie 3D. Love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. As always, love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. BT James, thank you. I just checked that out. Rose Quartz, thank you so much, Rose, as always, for your support. Mark Johnson, Australian diplomat Alexander Downer is replacing himself with his daughter Georgina Downer in the South Australian election so she can take his deep state position here in Australia. Wow. Alexander Downer. I call him Dumbo Downer. AJ, did you have a good weekend? Where are your t-shirts? Sending you lots of love and positive thoughts from California. You make me smile. Love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. I'm trying to be a bit more dignified than like Slayer, Iron Maiden. But that's the ultimate dignity there. But I don't know. I just felt lately to just might want to wear these. I don't know, as if the polo makes me, Winston Churchill. But love is a 4-letter word. Weekend was great. It's about 1,000 degrees in LA. Thank you, as always. Love is a 4-letter word. Thank you. Mark Johnson, Alexander Downer is one of the people who went ahead and influenced our election, unfortunately. Well, he was utilized. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this up. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. There is a Unity for Julian subreddit if you're on Reddit. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back a little later today. And this has been a really, really wonderful live stream. And I just want to thank you very, very much. Thank you for everything, ladies and gentlemen. To the super chat, thank you so much. Spider-Man Underoos, yes. And can I just tell you, thank you just for being awesome. We had close to 700 people here. And God bless. Thank you. See you later today. And thank you so very, very, very much to the super chat and to everybody. Clapper and all of them are going to be hauled off to Congress. And then, the eventual indictments, definitely for Hillary. Thank you very much. Hit subscribe and share this segment, and I will see you soon.